What's up, everybody? I'm Scott.
I'm Jason.
And you are listening to Liquid Kernedge. It has been a hell of a Christmas season so far.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, it's come by like a ton of bricks, like a freight train. It's just hit us, and now we're 2 weeks away, and don't know less than 2 weeks away, and things are going crazy.
Have you even gotten in the Christmas spirit yet?
No,
are you ho-ho-hoing and jollying, or?
No, we don't even have a tree up. We have no lights up.
All right, so you're like me.
We're lame. Yeah,
I have a Charlie Brown tree, and I never light my decorations for work. I live by myself, so I don't fucking care.
It's just the two of us, and I guess I'm past the point. Here's the thing about Christmas is when you get to a certain age, anything that you want for yourself, you buy yourself. So there's no more of this, well, make up a Christmas lists and have you been a good boy and all that crap. Well, what do you want for Christmas? Well, to be honest, I just buy everything I want. Right. So I don't know what I want. So
that's the thing is, as you get older, man, you ask, what do I want for Christmas? Because my mom goes through the wish list on Amazon. Like, if you want to buy something for Christmas, you have to go to the person's wish list to see. And
okay.
Our executive producer, Tom, who is my brother for the 4 listeners that haven't figured that out yet, and my dad, they are very much in the box thinkers. Where if you ask them what they want for Christmas, they will tell you check the Amazon list. If it's on the list, they don't want it, and it's very cold and calculating.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, and are they good though about putting things on the Amazon Christmas list? My dad's horrible about it.
Yeah. He puts random things on there for his Jeep or gun holders or holsters or whatnot.
Yeah. See, that's the real issue is you got to be diligent about putting stuff on there.
Yeah. And our executive producer is very much the opposite. He's like, well, it's called the wish list, so I want this $700, 25 terabyte hard drive or whatever the hell it is.
Oh,
and if you want to spend them, so he's a pain in the dick to shop for. So when you're taking a note right now, Tom, mark it down.
Liquid_EP.
Yeah, Twitter and Instagram. Pain in the dick to shop for. Check out his wish list though, because it is pretty entertaining on Amazon. It's public. You can look it up. So why don't you guys tell us what's on your Christmas wish list this year? Do you want world peace? Are you looking for that new back scratcher? What about something for the kitchen? Hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Liquid Kernedge. If you like what you see on Tom's wish list, tell him, hey, maybe I'll buy that for you on his Twitter or Instagram, all at Liquid_EP.
What my friend. Good job.
Hey, man.
That's the Christmas gift that keeps giving the whole year round, though, dude. You do that so well.
Well, thank you. And since Tom plugged us on it the other week, I take pride in doing that every week, making sure that we do a solid job on that. So it's a prideful point for me. But I'm glad you mentioned the gift that keeps on giving all year round, because at work this week we had our manager meeting, White Elephant Gift Exchange, and every year I don't like to go out and buy random crap that could be useful. I like to create things for the managers that could give my presents. I think it's more fun that way.
Okay.
Last year I gave an autographed picture of myself and our friend Chris Bennett from a Christmas a few years back when we were in Williams. I was dressed as Santa, and he was Ralphie from A Christmas Story, sitting on the footsteps of the Williams jail. This year,
that must have been a cool gift.
You know what? They did not appreciate it, which is...
Oh, they didn't?
They didn't.
First of all. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter.
He was in IT, and his office was next to mine. So,
you know what? Then they don't appreciate the greatness of that gift. And I would have stole that gift if I was part of the team. But that being said, go ahead.
You were part of the team, but that's neither here nor there. We'll
not
discuss
the manager's team. I'm not a manager.
No. Yeah. So this year I got to thinking, what the hell can I do? What can I do to really be creative? So, well, my dad and brother are off hunting in Williams. My mom and I went to Vegas to go do some shopping and do some other stuff. And I was looking through some junk stores, and and I told my mom what I was trying to do, and she wanted me to do something nice, like give like a popcorn bowl or something that was useful. And that's very sweet of my mom to have that thought. Give something useful. And I tried to explain to her, she should know by now that's not the type of person I am. So we batted around ideas, and I got home that night, and I started watching a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
A staple. A staple.
A staple. It's with Die Hard. It's a staple at Christmas time for me.
Exactly.
So I'm watching it, and at the very end, as we all know, I'm not giving up a spoiler. The movie's 30 years old. Clark spent the entire movie waiting for his Christmas bonus because he's going to put in a pool. And in the end, he gets a membership to the Jelly of the Month Club.
Jelly of the Month Club. That's right.
So what I did is I created Kern's Jelly of the Month Club. And the lucky winner would get a new kind of jelly from me every month for the next year, for the year of 2019. And I even wrapped up some crackers and peanut butter to go with that gift certificate.
I'm sorry, that is an awesome friggin' gift,
right? And it's a double-bladed sword, because if I like the person, I'd actually take the time to find some pretty badass jellies and jams. And if I didn't like the person, I was going to get some of the jelly packets from the cafeteria and just give them one a month for a year. So, I could play it either way. And,
see, I'm the type of person that I really appreciate those kind of gifts. Not necessarily the Jelly of the Month Club, but the gifts where someone thinks outside the box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really enjoy those. Like, when I get gifts like that from people, like my mom is really good about doing gifts of something that I would never, ever have asked for, but because I got it from her, it made it that much more special. Yeah. I'll give you an example. So some of you may know, or some of you may not know, my favorite animals in the wild are penguins. I love penguins. I don't know what it is about penguins, but I just love penguins. So for my birthday this year, my mom made a donation to the World Wildlife Fund and sponsored a emperor penguin. And in the gift, you get like a little stuffed penguin, and you get a little certificate, and it tells you a little story about your penguin, like where it's from and stuff. And those are the kind of gifts I would never have asked for that, but I love that she thought outside the box.
Oh yeah. So and that's what I try to do with my white elephant gifts at work. I'm in my field. I'm supposed to be loud and an extrovert and fun loving. So I try to make sure that my gifts align with my personality. And I went as far as to make sure that I included some quotes from the National Lampoon's movie. And I even put on the gift certificate that when you want to redeem, you do have to come to my office and recite the blessing from Christmas dinner. Which anyone that's seen that, anyone that's seen that movie knows that's the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge of Allegiance. That's right. That's right. Oh man, someone's going to be so lucky.
And I'll tell you, who won that beautiful gift?
Who
was a friend of ours?
Oh,
it was a friend of the show. Our friend El Jefe himself, Jeff Sutton.
Oh, and he'll appreciate it. He will totally appreciate it.
He did, man. So I'm gonna find some decent jams and jellies that he can use for cooking and whatever else.
Oh, wow, what a gift! That's awesome. I love that.
It was just fun. It was fun, and it couldn't have gone to a better guy. I love that dude, so I'm glad he got it.
So are you more of a bigger selection of gifts that are smaller priced, or do you like the one big present that's more expensive but you only get one?
It depends what I'm looking for that year, because my tastes vary, but the older I get, the more culinary I become, if that makes sense. So I spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I spend a lot of time experimenting, researching, trying new foods and flavors. So I'm always looking at the next kitchen gadget. I'm a huge kitchen gadget guy.
Oh, okay.
So for my mom, it's very easy to shop for me, because my Amazon wish list, if you look at it, is just full of kitchen shit. And
now, do you know enough about the kitchen shit that you're trying to get to be able to cook? Like, like, do you use it, or is it one of those things? Oh, I have one, but it's going to stay in my cupboard.
No, a lot of the stuff I use. Last year I got my first KitchenAid, and I don't know how I got along without it.
Wow. So you really, you take this serious.
Yeah, I have that. I have the attachments. I'm very happy with it. I found something a little late this year. I put it on there. Hopefully I'll get it next year. If not, I'll get it sooner this year, just because I want to. It's one of those Ninja air fryer roasters. It's like a 3-in-1 thing. It just came out. It looks pretty cool just to have.
Oh, nice.
Just things like that. But I'm fairly easy to shop for.
Okay, so you just you have your things, and that's what you want.
Yeah, my dad. My dad is guns and liquor and Jeep parts, so that's pretty easy. And Tom's pretty much liquor or computer stuff.
I gotta be honest, I'm pretty easy when it comes like when someone who's not Noreen wants to buy me a gift. Invariably, I always get the Crown Royal.
Yeah,
like everyone always knows. Okay, if it's Christmas, let's get in the Crown Royal. We're covered. Like one year, I got 4 bottles of Crown Royal, and I didn't even care because I knew it was like, oh, I'm gonna drink it. That's perfect.
And I found my new favorite whiskey. You can only get it in Phoenix, in Arizona, right now, at the Total Wines, and that's called Screwball. It's a peanut butter whiskey. And
do tell,
dude, it is like drinking. It is like sipping on a Reese's peanut butter cup. We had heard about it. We had heard about it from our friend Susie, from one of our past
friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
The number one recorded or listened to show of our odds.
The number one downloaded show.
Relationship deal breakers, yeah.
Yeah. We ran into Susie at the Parade of Lights a few weeks back, and she was telling us how she had a girls' night. They were sipping on peanut butter whiskey and eggnog. And I thought, well, that's cool. So she gave us the name of it, and I ended up being down in Phoenix for a conference that following Monday, 2 days later. So we stopped in a Total Wine on the way home, and I found it. And it was about $30 a bottle after tax. And, you know, I snagged the bottle, and I brought it home, and I tasted it. And I'll tell you what, man, it's a game changer. It is a straight-up game changer.
I'm ready to come try some when I get back up to Kingman, baby.
Yeah, and if you can't wait to Kingman, man, go to Total Wine and buy 2 bottles, one for you and one for me. I will happily give you the money for that because it's light, and you would think it'd be heavier because of the peanut butter, but it's still a light whiskey, if that makes sense. And
oh yeah.
It's just got great flavor. It's very peanut buttery on the front end, and it has that nice whiskey taste on the back end, and it's just beautiful. So it's my new favorite sipping drink.
Oh, that does sound kind of nice. Yeah. Now, are you a strict like open on Christmas morning person? I can't remember. We talked about this last year, but I can't even remember now.
You know, when we were younger, we were Christmas morning, and as we got older, we switched to Christmas Eve because my brother had to work or someone had to work. And anymore, I think we do it because we're all older now. I'm the youngest in our family at 37. It's just kind of whenever. Like, so maybe mid-morning, maybe sometimes we've done it after dinner.
Yeah.
You know, it all depends on what family's there, really. Yeah. You know, what about you?
I used to be, when I was a kid, we would open up all of the presents that were from, like, outside of our immediate family. You got to remember, only children, parents. So we have the gifts that are from mom, dad, and, you know, Santa. And we can talk about that. But Santa. And then any gifts that came from outside of, like, grandma's friends, like friends' gifts, they're giving, you know, gifts. Those outside of our immediate family, we opened those Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day was the presents from just ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean, when I was a kid, it kind of like you got excited about it. I'm sure as I got older, though, I don't remember how it transitioned, but now we just open them on Christmas Day.
Yeah, it got easier. When I was younger, we did the same. We go to my aunt and uncle's house and do presents with them, and my brother and I would open each other's present to each other. But mostly we saved it for Christmas Day. And you know, as I get older, it's not that big a deal to me one way or the other. You know, it is what it is.
What do you think of the Christmas present that's either like just a check or just a gift card?
Depending who it's from, I'm okay with it.
Okay, so like if it'd be from your parents, what do you think?
You know, if they wanted to do that, that'd be fine. If they couldn't figure out what to get us, my grandpa did that for a long time. Like, he would just give everybody a check. You know, he didn't want to deal with everybody. As my grandparents got older, he didn't want to deal with having to go to the stores, and they didn't use the internet like we do now. So it got to a point he would just write a check to everybody.
Yeah.
And everybody got the same amount, no matter what. Do with it what you want.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
I don't know. I mean, to have something a little bit more personalized, but I also think about, well, yeah, but if I just have a check, they're telling me, hey, look, I don't really know what to get you, but I want you to get yourself something. So, you know, here's some money to get yourself something really nice.
Yeah. And you know, the problem with that is, and this is the problem that I have, and I don't think I'm the only person that has this problem, is I will hem and haw over what to spend that money or that gift card on.
Yeah.
I will look at everything and just, God, I will second guess myself until the cows come home until I finally bite the bullet and do it. It's
now,
crazy.
Yeah, and see, like Miranda this year, I just didn't know what to get them. They live in Maine. I was thinking about buying them because they literally, the house that they bought has a wood stove in it.
Ugh.
Like to keep warm during the winter, and they have pretty cold winters up there. So I was going to buy them a cord of wood and thought, oh, that'd be a cool gift. But then it's like, well, yeah, but how do you get the cord of wood to them? And so I just sent her money. And I said, I love you. I know it's a bad gift. I apologize, but do yourself something nice. She sends me this real sweet text back. Oh my gosh, Dad, you have no idea. We don't really celebrate Christmas with lights and stuff, but we can think of all kinds of stuff that we're going to do with the money. So I was like, okay, so
that's cool.
It worked for them, but but some people, it's almost like impersonal. Oh, you got me, check. Oh, that's not a gift. That's not a gift.
No, at the end of the day, for me, if someone takes the time to think about me during the holidays, they get me something, and it's unexpected. I don't expect anything from anybody, to be honest with you. I like to take the time to thank them because that, if they're going to think about me like that says something. So
yeah,
and I truly appreciate that because it is the thought of the gift, and I never understood that as a kid because you're a kid, you're dumb, but now that
when you're a kid, you believe in Santa Claus. I mean, come on. I mean,
yeah, that's true. Which brings me to our actual topic today that we're getting to probably halfway through the show.
What's that?
But I heard a very interesting story on the interweb. That was on satellite radio last week, and I wanted to pick your brain on it because I think it's very timely. It's a very timely topic. This guy wrote a plea on the internet to parents about Santa Claus.
Oh,
he was a teacher. I think he was a second or a third grade teacher, and he wrote a plea to Santa Claus to the parents of the world that if you're going to play Santa Claus, that's fine, but please, if you're going to give your kid iPads or big fancy video games, say it's from you. Don't say it's from Santa Claus because other kids who believe in Santa Claus and he brings them socks and underwear feel like they aren't appreciated or they aren't as nice as they should have been, and it makes them really feel bad about themselves from what he's seen. And I think he worked in a big major metropolitan school, so there's a very different walk of life than what we're used to in small town America. But
interesting. So his philosophy was that Santa Claus should be more of the great equalizer, and then parents should take ownership of the bigger presents, not the other way around.
Yeah. Maybe the smaller gifts. If Santa's giving you like socks, underwear, coloring books, or like small remote control cars, the little things. Maybe it might not be major to some kids, but could be a huge thing to other kids. I think that's important.
Wow. So yeah, that's interesting because we do that all the time, right? Like the big presents come from Santa Claus and they normally don't come out until sometime you set out the cookies and you set out the carrots for the reindeer and all that stuff.
Exactly, man. And, I don't give much thought to Santa Claus anymore because I don't have any kids. I don't really care. And it kind of changed my whole perspective on it. Like if I ever had kids, that's a very good way to look at it. It's, get them the smaller things because that way they're more appreciative. And then they understand that, the nicer things that they got from the parents. And that's something that they can remember later on in life and maybe do something very similar.
Yeah, I remember we had one experience when we were doing the Clothe the Kid shopping with the kids. And for those of you who may not be familiar with the program, it's a fantastic program. The police and firefighters and
other local groups,
local groups do fundraising throughout the entire year, and then they provide children or kids who may not have all of the they may not have the wealth or their families may not have the kind of money to give them a nice Christmas. They can sign up to do a program where they basically get assigned to an adult, and an adult takes them through either a Kmart or a Walmart, and then they all the donations allot them a certain amount of dollars per kid. So that you can kind of give them a lot of clothes and maybe a toy and kind of spruce up their Christmas a little bit. Well, I remember one year, I had an older kid, and the only thing the kid wanted was he wanted a pair of work boots that were both the same because he didn't have two shoes that were the same.
Wow.
Now I'm thinking, okay, so this kid really needs it. One of my friends decided that they wanted to, give the kid everything in the world. And so this person spent like an extra $150 above what all the other kids got. And this kid had, toys and clothes. And while I appreciated the sentiment, I felt like saying, yeah, but now you are making the other kids feel like, oh, why don't I get that?
Yeah.
You're flaunting it in the face that this one kid gets all this stuff, and other kids, like my kid, I just want a pair of nice work boots. You know what I mean? And it's not the same, but it's kind of the same thing. It's like, if Santa is supposed to be for everyone, let's not make it, well, Santa goes to the rich people's houses and gets them all kinds of stuff. Why doesn't Santa take care of me? If we're going to live up to the Santa story, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I remember the specific episode you're talking about with that. I remember that year. And I agree completely. And I'm not trying to call on the pussification of America or do whatever. But I think with Christmas, you want to keep that magic of what Santa Claus can do. And man, you have to use a level head with it at the end of the day. And we're in a very different world now than when we were kids, if that makes sense. So I think keeping a little bit of Christmas magic like that, just so the kids can understand that Santa Claus got you coloring books. That's cool. Santa Claus got me this paddle ball or just little things like that. But it's cool because my parents got me this laptop or this iPad or the new PlayStation or Xbox, I mean, that to me is, it puts more appreciation on the parents and not the guy in the red suit.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't take away from the guy in the red suit if the guy in the red suit still brings gifts. It wouldn't necessarily take away from that. Interesting, yeah.
Plus, if you really want to get into the weeds on this, you have to look at the micro empire that Santa has to have up in the North Pole to be able to build every single kind of gift, computer gadget, or toy imaginable, and then be able to fit it into that sack of his. I mean, it's unbelievable. You get into the details about that, and it's going to blow any kid's fucking mind. I mean, no one can wrap their mind around that.
Yeah.
But that's what
what the other problem is what if Santa has a good year that brings you all these nice gifts, and then the next year, Santa's workshop was a little tight this year and can't afford to bring you all the nice gifts, so they bring you just a bunch of smaller gifts. Do the kids say, hey, what happened, Santa? I mean, last year I got an iPad. This year I get some socks. Like, what the heck?
Well, Santa could break down and just give everybody a membership to Kern's Jelly of the Month Club and get a new kind of jelly in the first of every month.
I think if Santa could coordinate that for some of your friends down in Phoenix, boy, I mean, that would be a wonderful gift.
You know what? If you don't mind getting all a few months at a time, we can certainly work on that.
Yeah, Santa only comes once a year, pal. That's how it
works. If you don't mind doing it seasonal, I could definitely work something out for you.
Yeah.
Oh man, but it's as the holiday season approaches, I sit and I look at these things, and I try to be merry, or I try to be, happy, around everybody, because it's the party season, and now we're right in the hilt of all the holiday parties. I've got my office party next week, and everyone's having their Christmas parties, and I don't feel as festive, but I hope that as I get closer, that I do kind of get that festive feeling.
Yeah, it's interesting that you brought up the thing about Santa Claus, because I read a story recently about a man, I don't remember what state they were in, but a guy got arrested because he was going around a supermarket or a store and telling kids that Santa didn't exist. And the police actually arrested him for disturbing the peace.
Good.
And I'm thinking, interesting like twist on that, but it is one of those things that, that is an important part of our society. at least for a few years during the ages when the kids are more open to the idea of Santa Claus, that someone going around and telling them, no, Santa Claus doesn't exist, Santa Claus doesn't exist, was considered a disturbing of the peace, and the guy was actually arrested for it.
Yeah, it's good for the cops in doing that.
Well, because, how terrible would that be? Mommy, why'd that total stranger tell me that Santa Claus didn't exist?
Right? God,
the mom's like, you jerk. Why would you do that? Well,
this isn't the time of year to be an asshole to people, though, either. This is the time of good cheer and goodwill toward men and other bullshit. So
also be understanding that part of the allure of Christmas is for little kids to believe that there is a Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And some jackass that thinks it's okay to ruin it when it's not even your kid. Like, what kind of sick, twisted freak are you?
Yeah, fuck that guy. It usually gets me in the spirit, in all honesty. I like watching Scrooge with Bill Murray. That one normally starts getting me feeling all warm and Christmassy inside. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Lately, I've been just, I haven't really gotten into the Christmas spirit, so I need to do something just to get kind of, festive and happy, and I need to do something. So maybe I'll put in a movie or something and try to get in the spirit, because I got to be honest, the Christmas shopping, the stores have been just a mad zoo. So, trying to go to the stores. Now, luckily, Amazon is just amazing because you can buy all the presents there. But I haven't put up Christmas lights. We didn't put up a Christmas tree. And I actually, everyone at my work is taking that week off between Christmas and New Year's. So I'm working. I don't work Christmas Day, but I work Christmas Eve, Christmas Day after Christmas. So it's not like I'm getting any time off. I don't know. I just need to get around being festive.
Yeah,
so
I'm working on that too. There's, it's the time of year, man. Spend some time with your friends, spend some time with your family, and do something you love, and try to find some Christmas spirit. I know my brother and my dad are out there right now. When this gets released on Thursday, it'll be the last day of their mighty elk hunt up in Williams. So I hope that they do get an elk, because maybe that would make my brother's Christmas a little bit brighter and cheerier, so he'd have something to talk about at Christmas dinner.
Oh,
wow. Right.
Wow, man, that's pretty awesome, buddy. That's pretty awesome.
I hope he does shoot something eventually. It's just too much fun it's too much fun to bust his balls otherwise.
Well, yeah, and that that's the whole part of it. So, I feel bad for our listeners who wait with bated breath to get the Liquid _EP episode notes.
Oh yeah.
So it's probably going to be a little late because he's probably not going to be back to listen until.
I would imagine that they'll be out this weekend sometime by the time he gets back to Phoenix and gets everything listened and notated and onto the social media.
Got it.
But why don't you go ahead? Why don't our listeners go ahead and tell us something they do to get into the Christmas spirits? Once again, hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, all at Liquid Kernedge. Tell us what you do to get yourself in the Christmas spirit. Do you go caroling with your kids? Do you go ring the bell for the Salvation Army? Maybe look at Christmas lights with some hot cocoa. What's the secret to your Christmas cheer? We want to know. And whoever sends the best Grinch GIF, to our executive producer, Tom, Liquid _EP, will receive a very special present from the Liquid Kernedge team.
Wow. I'm already excited. I think it's going to be a great gift. I hope you guys do it, because it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes, I agree. So, Jason, that being said, why don't you take us home, brother?
Well, we're going to have one more. Obviously, we'll release one more prior to Christmas. But I thought this was a great episode because it touched on a lot of great topics that surround us around Christmas. So we'll definitely catch up next week with something probably a little bit more festive. But Scott, always a pleasure. I love recording with you. It's coming up on the end of the year, so.
Season 3 is around the corner.
Season 3 is coming up in just a few months. So thanks, everyone, for listening. We really appreciate it. We hope your holidays are going well so far with taking care of family, taking care of friends. That was Scott. I am Jason. And as always, if you never know quite what to say, just have yourself some Liquid Kernedge.